what your eyes are seeing here is a very fantastic and very easy and practical tutorial for absolute beginners. I tell you for true. Beneath here we use the slip stitch, and the whole tutorial we use just the double crochet stitch. Just the double crochet stitch to achieve this beautiful result that you see. And we used approximately 50 grams of yarn, and these baby's pants will fit a baby for 3 to 6 months. And now without no further ado, welcome to my channel Shalom Crocheters. Let's get started. God bless you. Nice our baby's dress. These are the materials we're going to need. We're going to need scissors. We're going to need a measurement tape. I'll be working with the 3mm size hook. Yep. We're going to need our tapestry needle. We're going to need a stitch markers and 2 balls of yarn, 2 colors of yarn, white and red. So let's get started. And we're going to begin by creating our slip knot. So you want to create your slip knot around your finger, and we are going to be making a baby's pant for a baby for 3 to 6 months. And I'm really showing my hook right. So we're just going to insert our hook in here, and the measurements we're going to need for the waistline circumference, we're going to need a length of, we're going to need 18 inches for the waistline, the circumference of our baby's waist. So to make a chain, when we insert our hook, we want to make sure your work is flexible around your hook. So yarn over, pull through, 1, yarn over, pull through, 2, yarn over, pull through, 3, and we're going to continue this until we have the number of chains that we need. Okay, so there's 5. Okay, so here I have my chains, and from here you can see, right, so from here to this other extreme here, oops, the camera cannot be cut at all. So from here to here you can see it just limits, and I have 18 inches, right, 18 inches. So that's the length, that's the circumference for our waist. We're going to bend it like this, and it's going to give us something like this. Okay, this will go for a baby for 3 to 6 months. Okay, and by the time we bend it, it gives us something like this. So we're just going to begin from here. Okay, once that part is done, we're just going to continue our work, insert our hook, and now next we're going to join both ends. Okay, we're going to join both ends, so you want to make sure that your work is straight, it's not twisted. And once you get here into this first chain that we did, insert your hook in that chain. Okay, insert your hook in that chain, and take back your working chain, your working yarn, and we have both ends, just yarn over, make a slip stitch, and you can see both ends are joined. And I wanted to mention here that I did a total of 104 chains. Okay, and now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and this chain 3 represents our first double crochet. Okay, now into the next chain we're going to make a double crochet. So to make a double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook into the next chain, yarn over, you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull out 2 loops, you're left with 2 loops, yarn over, pull out 2 loops. This is a double crochet. Yarn over, into the next chain make a double crochet, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull out 2 loops, you're left with 2 loops, yarn over, pull out 2 loops, yarn over, into the next chain make a double crochet, insert your hook, and yarn over, pull through, you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull out 2 loops, you're left with 2, yarn over, pull out 2 loops, and this is the only thing we're going to make all through this row. Okay, and we're just going to make a double crochet all through a double crochet. And once you're working, make sure your work is straight. Let it not turn, let it be straight. Okay, so make a double crochet to the next chain, and you're just going to repeat making this all through, and I'll meet you at the end of this row to tell you what we're going to do next. Okay, just make 1 double crochet in this chain all across, and make sure you work with me till the end. Okay, and here we are, we're reached at the end of this row. We get at the end of this row, the chain 3 that we did, remember, right? We count 1, 2, 3, and on the top of that chain 3, insert your hook and make a slip stitch. Good. And at the end of this row, we have a total of 104 stitches. Okay, of course counting also the chain 3. And now if you want to take the measurement for the waistline, this was giving us here, and that's just the perfect size for a baby for 3 to 6 months. We're going to be in row number 2, and it's just a repeat. It's a very simple pattern. Okay, it's very simple and practical for beginners. So chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and of course this chain 3 here represents our first double crochet. So into the next stitch you're going to make a double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, and make a double crochet, yarn over into the next chain, insert your hook, and make a double crochet, yarn over into the next stitch, make a double crochet. And this is the only thing we're going to make all through this row. We're just going to be making double crochet, double crochet, double crochet in each stitch all across, and I'll meet you at the end of this row to show what we're going to do next, and make sure you work with me till the end. Okay, very important. So I'm just going to make 1 double crochet, can you see? Okay, now once we get here into this last, just as usual, but this time around we're going to change our colors. Okay, so just observe. 1, 2, 3, insert your hook. Okay, yarn over, bring it, but don't close it, just pause here. And next we're going to bring in our second color. I want to make a baby dress for Christmas, so I thought of doing white and red. So you see this is still here, and you take your red color and you bring it from behind like this. Okay, and now you yarn over, just yarn over and make the slip stitch instead with the red, and just pull through. And this is how we end this row. And just pull that tail, pull it, and bring the red tail, bring it in front. Okay, good. And this is how we end this row. Now to begin row number 3, just the same thing, just chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. The only difference is that we change our colors. And now next we're just going to repeat our pattern. Okay, so yarn over, and I love to work across with my yarn, but let me show you what you need to do. Of course, in the next stitch make your double crochet, and I work along with my red tail so that I will not have to weave it at the end. Yarn over into the next stitch, make a double crochet, yarn over into the next stitch, make into the next stitch, make a double crochet, yarn over into the next stitch. So we're just going to repeat this. It is a very simple pattern. I thought of making something very simple since for beginners, so that every beginner can make a beautiful project for this Christmas season. I know Christmas is a very important moment for us. And into the next, make a single crochet and double crochet. So we're just going to continue making double crochet all through up for this row, and I'll meet you at the end of this row to tell what we're going to do next. Okay, so just keep on working. Here we are. I've just completed this row, and yeah, the color is good. So we're going to finish. I'm just going to end this row normally because we're going to do another row of double crochet. So 1 2 3, and into the third chain make your slip stitch. Good. And this is how we complete row number 3. We're going to begin row number 4 and chain 3, 1 2 and 3, and we're just going to make a double crochet in each stitch. Okay, so into the next stitch make 1 double crochet, and into the next stitch make 1 double crochet, and into the next stitch make 1 double crochet. And once we finish this row, I'll be changing colors in between two rows. Okay, so I'll make 2 rows of white and 2 rows of red. So from here we're just going to repeat working until we have the length that we need for the crotch, for our baby's crotch. Okay, this area, this for the diaper area. So just keep on working with me and just repeat this sequence, making 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet until we have our required length. Make sure we meet to the end, and I'll meet you then when we have the required length to show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so keep on working and make sure we meet to the end. Yeah, I just completed. For now, this one is giving us so far, and we are doing, as I told from the beginning, we're doing for baby for 3 to 6 months. If you are interested to know, we'll do the total of 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14, which is a total of 40 rows. Okay, now let's do this. So we're just going to flip our work over, and as you can see, I've been working along my 2 tails. I have the other one on the wrong side. Okay, I have it in the wrong side. So if it bothers you, let me just show you how. Let me show you, if you care, let me show you how I changed my colors. Okay, so when I come to this end, the end, you see the color is in the wrong side. It's inside here on the wrong side, and this is my working yarn. The white is my working yarn. So I do my last double crochet, and I come to make a slip stitch, I yarn over, I just pause here and I allow it back inside, and I take the other color. Okay, I take the other color and I just, oops, let me just do this, and I have to pull that out, and you see, this is just how I change my colors. But if you don't like this, you can just as well just cut them. So this is what I'm doing, you can see, right? So now on this row we're going to do a last row of single crochets, and this is a good time for you to count your stitches. Okay, so remember we started here with 104 stitches, 104 chains, so we still need to have 104. It must remain 104. Okay, so we're going to do a row of single crochet, and after this row of single crochet we're going to go ahead and divide our work. So to make a single crochet, let me pull that in. Okay, we're going to chain 1, and into that same stitch we're going to make our first single crochet. So insert your hook, yarn over, you have 2 loops on your hook, 1 and 2, pull out 2 loops. This is a single crochet. Into the next stitch make a single crochet, into the next stitch make a single crochet, into the next stitch make a single crochet. Good. And you want to insert your stitch marker into that first. Just insert your stitch marker and just continue making single crochet all around, and I'll meet you at the end here. We'll have a stitch marker to show what we're going to do next. Okay, so just keep on working. Okay, and once I get here, I'm just going to slip stitch. You can see I am the same side here. You just slip stitch and chain 3, 1 2 and 3, and this chain 3 is our represents our first double crochet. Now you can see that we have just completed this is below. I just turned in 12 instructions. Okay, here we have just completed our single crochet row. Okay, I've just completed a single crochet row, and you can see that I went ahead and I've already inserted my stitch marker. Here's my stitch marker. You remember we started with a chain of 104, so we still have 104 stitches here. And what you want to do is divide 104 by 2, and 104 by 2 will give you 52. Okay, so for one leg you have 52 stitches, and for the other leg you have 52 stitches. You combine them, 52 by 52 give you 104. Okay, so you want to count starting from here, count, and when you get to the number 52 stitch, insert your stitch marker, and that will be our first leg, and the remaining 52 will be our second leg. Okay, so now let's do this. Let's start this. As you can see, I have already done my chain 3, and this chain 3 of course represents our first double crochet. Okay, so into the next stitch I'm going to make my second double crochet. You should be counting. Okay, so this is 2, and one more thing, either you do a chain 3 or preferably it is preferable to chain 2. Okay, chain 2, 1, 2, and make a double crochet into that same space to avoid that gap. Okay, I love doing a chain 2 and a double crochet, and to the next stitch I'll make number 2 double crochet, because this chain 2 does not count. Okay, so I have 1, 2 and 3 and 4, and I'll continue like this until I have 52 stitch. Okay, so just keep on working, making 1 double crochet and make a total of 52 double crochet, and I'll meet you there to what we're going to do next. Okay, make sure you work with me till the end. Okay, and once we get into this number 52 stitch, we're just going to take off our stitch marker, yarn over, insert your hook into that stitch, and now come over into this other side. Now you see beneath where we did the first end, just beneath there, and insert your stitch, your hook. Okay, insert your hook, yarn over, and pull through, and just make now your last double crochet. Good. And here we are, we have completed our 52 stitch, and we have our first leg joined. Okay, and now come now on this first stitch, this is a chain 2 and this is the stitch, so make a slip stitch. Good, and here we are. This is so good, and we're going to, you can see, right, and now we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and to the same stitch we're going to make our first double crochet into the next stitch. So make a double crochet to the next, into the next stitch make a double crochet, to the next stitch make a double crochet. Now you want to repeat this, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay, just make 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. So just keep on working. Okay, this is my number 51, and here we have the last. Let's make number 52 together. 52 double crochet. Good, and this is what it's giving us so far, and we're just going to slip stitch on that first stitch, and I'll change my color again here. Good, and chain 3, chain 2, 1 and 2, make your first double crochet, 1 into the next, make a double crochet, number 2nd, number 3, number 4 double crochet. So you can see that we are just going to continue this, making one double crochet, one double crochet, all through one double crochet. Okay, and we should have a total of 52 double crochet at the end of every row. We should always have 52 double crochet. Okay, and we're just going to finish this. Okay, we're just going to finish this with a single crochet row, and after this we're going to start making the ribbon part. Okay, so single crochet, and in here we're just going to, now this one is giving us so far, and we did a total of, after the single crochet we did a total of 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. We did a total of 14 rows. Okay, now we're going to begin our ribbon. So we are going to begin the ribbon part. We're going to slip stitch. I'll make my ribbon with a white, but for the sake of the color and for better view, I'll show you how to make this with a white. Okay, so we're going to chain 10, 1 2 3 4. Okay, I'll change my hook here. Okay, I went ahead and I will change my hook. I'll continue with this 2.5mm size hook. Okay, to make the ribbon part, I'll just use a smaller size hook for a better effect. But yeah, so now we're going to chain 10, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. Yep, here we have our 10 chains, and we're going to be making, from the second chain from our hook, we're going to be making what we call a slip stitch. Okay, so insert your hook, yarn over, and slip stitch into the next chain, insert your hook, yarn over, slip stitch into the third chain, insert your hook, yarn over, and slip stitch. Next, insert your hook, slip stitch, and I'm just going to repeat this all through. Insert your hook, insert your hook, and slip stitch, insert your hook, and slip stitch. That's number 8, slip stitch. And here we have number 9, the last, and slip stitch. And this was giving us so far. And now next we're going to come, we're just going to come beneath here where we had, well, here we have 2 stitches. Okay, beneath here we have 2 stitches, and those 2 stitches we're going to make a slip stitch. So into the first stitch, make a slip stitch. That's the first slip stitch. Into the second, I'm so sorry for the color, make a slip stitch. So you make 2 slip stitch in 2 stitches, and once you're done with the slip stitch, you turn your work over, and we're going to work in now in these back loops. So now you can see that we have these back loops here, right? You can see these back loops. We're going to work in them. So this is the first here. So into that first back loop, insert your hook and make a slip stitch. That's 1. Into the second, insert your hook and make a slip stitch. That's 2. Into the third, make a slip stitch. So you can see that we are working just in the back loops. Okay, so back loops, slip stitch, back loops, and you always count your stitches, okay, so that you don't miss any stitch. At the end of this row you still have 9 slip stitch, slip stitch to the next, slip stitch, okay, slip stitch. And now we have this last one up here, the last one up here. To the back loop, make your slip stitch, okay, and now chain 1 and turn your work, and you're just going to repeat the process down, working just in the back loops, okay, working just in the back loops. So start with the first one here, number 1, number 2, and if you like you can put a stitch marker into that first just to mark it, okay, so just put a stitch marker there and just continue working, slip stitch, working just in the back loops, back loop, back loop, back loop, back loop, slip stitch in the back loop, and slip stitch in the back loop. You come down here into these 2 next stitches, 1 and 2, make a slip stitch. So let's go first, slip stitch into the second stitch, make a slip stitch, and you turn your work, and this is just going to be a repeat, okay. You come here, and as I said earlier, we're working just in the back loops, okay, we're working just in the back loops. So you come in the back loop and you continue making your slip stitch, so make a slip stitch, make a slip stitch, come here, you make a slip stitch, come here, you make a slip stitch, back loop, make a slip stitch, and always count your stitches. You should always have 9 stitches. Take off your stitch marker, make the last back loop there, and chain 1 and turn your work, and it's just going to be a repeat, the slip stitch into the back loop, working just in the back loop. Do not forget, it's very important to have this effect. I can see what's giving us already, right? You can see what's giving us already, right? So I mean, this is so beautiful. So we're working just in a back loop. You can see where we have our back loops here, right? So back loop, number 2, number 3. Don't forget to mark your first stitch, okay? And back loop, 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 and to the last one here, make a back loop, slip stitch. So this is slip stitch, remember, and to the 2 stitches below here, slip stitch, 1, slip stitch, 2. I mean, this is so beautiful, and you want to turn your work, and you're just going to repeat this all over. Okay, so just repeat doing this. Slip stitch, slip stitch, slip stitch, and we're just going to repeat this process until we come at this other end here, and this is going to give us a very beautiful finishing here. As I said, I'll change my color. My ending here will be in red, so I opted for this white for the tutorial's sake, for you to see how it looks like, and I love this. So I want to teach you how you're going to do the second pair. It's just exactly as we did this. I just thought it wise to help you with the first row. Okay, and next I'll also introduce this. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, here I want to introduce you the second row. Okay, let me just teach you how you're going to begin this row. It's just exactly the same thing. Okay, there's really nothing difficult. So this is where we did the last one. In the stitch after that, this is where we did the last one. So into the next stitch, don't walk into that same stitch. Come into the next stitch, and you set. Oops, let me change my hook. So come into that next stitch and set your hook. And of course, you must have counted all the 52. I told you that earlier, right? So just insert your hook and chain 2, 1, 1 and 2, and into that same stitch you want to make your first double crochet, and keep on making double crochet all around. Okay, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. I'm going to see what it looks like to tell you what we're going to do next. Okay, so make a double crochet all around. Okay, here am I, and I've already completed my 51 stitches, and I'll come here. Make sure you don't walk into this stitch. Okay, this stitch, don't walk in it. This is the last one here, number 52. So I insert my hook in number 52, and I come in this other end here where I started, right? And I insert my hook, and I just repeat what we did here, and I make a double crochet, and I make a slip stitch. Okay, slip stitch and chain 2, plus a double crochet, and voila. I thought it necessary to just show you that part. I don't want you to get stranded anywhere. So you can see that's what it's giving us. So we're just going to repeat, and when we have the same length as this one other side, when you finish and complete your 14 rows, at the end make also your single crochet row. Okay, don't forget to make your single crochet row, and after this you make your ribbon as I just taught you. Okay, so just keep on working, and once we are done with the legs, I'll teach you how to make the waistline. So keep on working, and make sure you work with me to the end. Together we're going to see the end result. Okay, I'll teach you how to work on the waistline here. So you see where we started, right? So we're just going to insert our hook in that same space, but not up there, but within the stitches. Okay, within the doubles. So insert your hook and bring in your yarn. Just bring it. Okay, make sure to do it. You have your yarn this way, so you bring it and yarn over, and this how you change colors in case you're cutting your colors after one row. This how we do it. Okay, so chain 1, and to that same space make a single crochet, into the next space make a single crochet. So it's good to walk along with your toes, so you don't have to weave in that at the end again. Okay, so make a single crochet, and I think here is one second. Let's continue. Make your single crochet. So yeah, and you can see that I'm not working up here, but I'm working in between the doubles. Okay, between the doubles, in between the doubles, and at the end of this row you should have a total of 104 single stitches. Okay, so you should have the number of stitches that we had when we began the foundation chain, right? So just keep on making single crochet all through, single crochet all through, and I'll meet you at the end of this row and we're going to begin our ribbon row. Okay, so just keep on working. And this is number 100 and this is number 104. So slip stitch on that first. So you want to make sure that you have a total of 104 single crochet, 4 stitches all around the waistline. Okay, it should be the exact number of stitches that we had when we started here. Now we're going to begin. We're going to make our ribbon. I mean, you can see almost. I'm so sorry for that color though. I cannot teach you with this color. You can see the color is, oh my. We're going to do this with white. Okay, for the tutorial with the white, but the end result is going to be in red. For the moment, I just have to do what I have. So I'll switch my hook to the 2.5 and I'll bring in my white yarn. Okay, and I'll just introduce it. I believe I've already given you the detail on what to do, right, on what we did. I taught you on the leg. So I'll just come here. Of course you're going to continue working in the same stitch, but because I just want to teach you, I'll just come here and show you what you're going to do. So you remember here we did a chain of 10, right? We chain 10 here. So for the waistline here, and we're going to chain 8. So yeah, let's do this. So chain 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, and into the next stitch you're going to make your slip stitch. Make a slip stitch, set your hook out and slip stitch to the next, set your hook, get another and slip stitch into the third, insert your hook, get another slip stitch. At the end of this row you should have seven slip stitches. So slip stitch, slip stitch, number 6 slip stitch, and to the last make number 7 slip stitch, and come beneath here in 2 stitches and you make a slip stitch in these 2 stitches. So make the first slip stitch, that's 1, into the second stitch make the second slip stitch, that's 2, and you turn your work, and here we have our back loops, and we are just going to continue working just in the back loops. Okay, excuse me. So make a back loop, slip stitch to the back loop, that's 1, to the next, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the last one is always somewhere in here, and 7. Chain 1 and turn, and we're working just in the back loops. Always remember that we are working just in the back loops. Okay, so make the first, make a slip stitch, and you want to mark that first slip stitch. It's very important to mark that first slip stitch. So that's one, and into the next, the back loop, of course, make number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, and number 7. And come beneath here in these 2 stitches and make a slip stitch. Slip stitch number 1 to the next, and slip stitch number 2. And you're just going to turn your work, and in the back loop you just repeat making a slip stitch in the back loop. Okay, so you're just going to repeat this all through the waistline, and I'll meet you at the end and we're going to see what it looks like. And there's a work to make at the end. At the end we have to join both ends, so I'll teach you how to do that. Okay, so make sure you work with me to the end, and I'll meet you when you're done with this on your waistline, and we're going to join both ends. And of course I'm going to give you the final measurements. Okay, so just keep on working and make sure you work with me till the end. Okay. Okay, and once we are done, we're just going to insert our needle, our yarn needle, and we're going to sew in both ends. So we're going to sew them in. I want to make sure that the work is well aligned. Okay, so just put your work like this. I'm so sorry for that color though, but I think a good explanation we can really get to understand what I'm trying to say. So here we have our needle on this other end where we finished. You just want to bring it on the other extreme also beneath and sew it. And now here we have this working loop here where we started. You can see the chain, the extra from the chain. Yes, you can see this extra from the chain. You want to insert your hook into that extra and come this way and insert your hook into both loops. Okay, please just receive the instruction the way I'm saying. 1, 2. Okay, and sewing. Come next, insert your needle into both loops, and in here you're working both in 1. Okay, it's from the extra of the chain that we are working in on this other side, and just so. And we're just going to sew this off until we get to the top here. And when you get here, you just want to make that top very, very well secure. Okay, make it secure. And once we are done, you can just and now you want to secure your tail. Okay, secure that tail. Yeah, we are done. I'm just going to fasten off our yarn. And voila, and yep, it's the same procedure I used in sewing both legs. Okay, and the waistline also I use the same procedure to sew in both lines, and this is what we have. Thank you so very much for working with me. Now let me give you the various measurements. Okay, So the total length is giving us 31 centimeters, 31 centimeters, and the diaper area, this is without stretching though, it's giving us 21 centimeters. The waist is giving us 16 centimeters, and in here we have 11 centimeters. Yep. So, and from here to here, after the joining, we have 14 centimeters, and from here to crotch to the crotch we have 13 centimeters. So thank you so very much for working with me, and I just wanted to mention that to make this we used a total of approximately 50 grams of yarn. So this is a very beautiful gift for this Christmas period, and I would love to see what you have done. Okay, don't forget to text me and drop me a comment what you think about these baby's pants, and let me know if you're making one for yourself, one for your baby, or for a friend's baby, or you want to sell. And I was saying in all my tutorials, I am a stay-at-home mom, so I encourage all stay-at-home mothers like me to make something with their life, learn a craft like this, and you can also do and sell. Yes, I give you the permission to follow my tutorials and make these dresses and sell, and I really pray that God blesses the work of your hand. It's very important for every woman to have her own money. It's so freaking important. Now, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, do what to subscribe. And each time you subscribe, don't forget to turn on the notification button so I always be the first person to see my tutorials. And to all my subscribers, a big thank you. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. Thank you for your loving comments. Thank you for your engagement. Thanks to you, we are building a solid and lasting community. May God richly bless you. And don't forget to like, share, and I'll see you into the next tutorial. May God bless you, may He keep you, may He prosper the work of your hands. I'll meet you in the next tutorial. Take good care of yourself. Shalom.